Hello. I'm giving this live streaming thing another chance. How are you? I hope you've been doing well. I've taken some time off from YouTube and streaming and stuff, and been working on a couple of projects. Hope you've been doing well. I've uh, I've still got to try and figure out how to do this streaming thing again because I've forgotten. Oh, I need to be able to see the chat here. So this particular video isn't really, I don't have anything planned per se. I'm just trying to figure out the processes again and maybe give a little bit of an update as to what I've been doing here. So what I've been doing is working on a couple of projects. One of them is this project here. I'm working on a new game character tutorial, game character course. If we go, let's see, over here to Blender 101, this is my website where my courses are. I've got a new Blender course that I'm creating. And on this website, I've got the portions for the low poly modeling, high poly modeling, UV mapping, and I've just finished the texturing in Substance Painter, so that will be part of the course. And also doing the hair in Krita. I'm not completely done with it, but you can see kind of what the hair is going to be like there. So right now I'm working on the rig, and I've just finished up the fingers and the bones of the head here, and I think it's going pretty well. I think the course is going to be pretty helpful for people, I hope. So let me see if I can find the chat here so I can see if anybody is out there. Let me see here. There we go. So also I've been working on a couple of other things just that I have in my head. There we go. I think we're getting this now. I gotta I gotta figure out how to get it all back. Here, let me click that. Hey, look, people. Hi there. So great to see everybody. It has been a long time, yes, but I'm hoping to get back into this. I just I need a plan. I don't really have a plan yet. I'm taking a small jump here to just try and get it going again. And then hopefully an idea or some ideas as to where to go with this may come along. So maybe I'm doing it the wrong way, but I thought I'd try it. I have lost weight. Okay. Yeah, maybe I have. I've actually been going to the gym, exercising. So I've been trying. Can you teach me how to make old school style modeling and scenes? Yes, because I'm old. So I can do that. All right. Oh, one thing I see someone says, can you make a video on how to edit live? No, where did I see this? I saw something about Android. Dang it, where is it? Well, someone asked about Android or iPhone. And so, what I've been trying to do too is play with the idea of creating caricatures of real people. And so this is kind of what I began as. This is the special counsel here in America that's investigating all kinds of things. here. Oh, by the way, if you haven't seen this video, there is a great video of Ton at the new Blender Institute, the new building that will be the new Blender Institute. It is awesome. And he's so excited. He's so giddy. It is just fantastic. I love seeing Blender doing well. And so I guess in the next month or so, they're going to move in here all the developers and everything. It is awesome. So if you haven't seen this new 2018 Blender Institute video, take a look at it. It is just great. What was I doing? Oh, I was going to just show a picture of Robert Mueller images. So, I mean, I don't really know anything about him, but he just has this great, you know, he's just, he's a great character. So, and he's very serious. So I thought, wouldn't it be cool to make a little caricature of him, like a little game character running around a game? I don't know. Just, so that's what I was working on. Kind of silly, but that's what Blender's for, right? To be able to just do fun things. So I made a high poly version, and this is like 325,000 tries. Pretty high poly. And then I made a low poly version, which is just under 4,000 tries. So I think that's probably a pretty good poly count. So the next thing I did was I took it into Substance Painter. Let me see if I can find it here. And I began just putting some materials down on it. Here it is. So it's kind of silly. I'm working on the eyebrows now because something happened with the eyebrows and they're just skin color. So what I want to do is maybe rig this guy up and have him run around in Unity. I think it'd be kind of fun. It'd be kind of funny too. So I was thinking, what other, I don't know, famous people, politicians, you know, could I begin doing these little caricatures of? I don't know. So that's another thing I've been trying to work on, thinking about. So those are the things I've kind of been doing. I've also been expanding my Blender 101 website a little. You can go out here and you can subscribe to it to get access to all of the Blender, you know, online tutorials, courses, or you can actually purchase them one at a time. So I've been working on that. Oh, also, yeah, here on Udemy, I've got courses here. And I wanted to mention as well that if you haven't supported the Blender 2.8 Code Quest, you should do that because this is helping bring 2.8 to us quicker. And that's one of the things that new Blender Institute is so, that's why that's so cool, is that they'll be able to work more on 2.8 and future versions as well. So if you haven't helped them out, what you can do is purchase one of these little USB things here. These guys. I've got one. Only 300 to go. So I got one. It helps support the 2.8 Code Quest. So take a look at that. Also, I should say, and this is just becoming a plug for Blender, but that's okay. I love Blender, so that's okay. Also, if you subscribe to the Blender Cloud, it's like 10 a month, I think. I'm subscribed, and that helps them plan ahead for future coding new uh, uh, things that they're going to add into Blender. So that really helps them, I think, plan ahead and say, well, we have so many subscribers, so we know we're going to have a certain amount to do what needs to be done. So in addition to supporting Blender 2.8 with the Code Quest, try out the Blender Cloud. Okay, so back to actually what I was doing here. I know, see, I've got so many things that I haven't been able to talk about for so long. Let's see what's going on out here. Wow. Hi, everybody. This is awesome. Using Blender. Someone asked me today what I was doing, and I spent all day using Blender. The puzzled look they gave me until I explained it was a modeling software. They thought I was making smoothies or drinks. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's see. What else? Can you teach us clothing and rigging? You know what? I was just about to start in on rigging, or at least attempting rigging for this little guy. Now, let me grab him, and I want to put everything back to flat, I guess, just so I can see it a little bit better. And yeah, I thought I would maybe begin rigging. I'm going to try this. I better save it. I better save a version of it. I'm going to save as. Okay. So for rigging, I think I need to put this all into one object, at least mainly into one object. I think I'm going to leave the head on its own and the eyes on their own, because I think what I'm going to do is make new character heads and just put them into this little body here. So, all right, so first of all, what let's do is let's just combine everything. Control J. Let me turn on screen display here. And why is my screen display all wonky? Let's, I don't want the box. I don't want that. I don't want an icon. How's that? Yeah, there we go. Let's call this head. Let's call this head underscore low. And let's grab the eyes. The eyes are going to need to be individual objects to rig. So let's do that. Here they are. Now, you know, these aren't really set up to rig because I don't have the full eyes in there. But let's go ahead and give it a try. I'll select one and hit P and split that out. Okay, so now we have our eyes. Let's call these eye low underscore L, and I'll call this eye low underscore R. Okay, so I've got the head, I've got the eyes, and now the body. So let me just grab everything. I'll hit the B key and just grab everything here like this. And I don't need that. There we go. So that's all the body, and I'm just going to hit Control J and combine all of that. Oh, object. Oh, I can't do that. Dang it. All right. Let's try this again. Let's try this. Hey, there we go. I think that got it. Yep. Okay, Control J. And we'll call this character low. Okay. So we have our head, our eyes, and our body. So now I think we can just introduce a rig. Let me, did I ever make beginners modeling videos? Because everyone I look up seems to be making advanced modeling. I do, but not on YouTube. So you can actually get this, learn the foundations of Blender on Udemy, or Udemy, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but it's a good portal to get online courses. So you can take a look at this if you want. That is an option. Okay, let's see. I'm going to bring in a new rig and an armature, and I'm going to bring in this human meta rig. And there it is. Now, this guy, my little character here, he's only like 3 feet tall. So I guess what I need to really figure out is, do I want him to be normal size, or do I want him to be this little character like this? This is kind of funny. I guess there's really only one way to find out, is to test it and see. Because ultimately, I'd like to take this into Unity, set up a character controller, and run him around. For what purpose? I don't know, other than it would just amuse me. So, okay, I'm going to keep it pretty small here. I'm going to hit S and scale down. And let's try and arrange this. I'm going to need to do some major changes here, aren't I? Oh my gosh. So I'm going to try and align the shoulders right here. There we go. So now I got to get all of these into place. My God, this is going to be... Wow. Okay, so this is a big change between this and this. Do you think it's going to work? Well, it's one way to find out. All right, I'm going to tab into edit mode, and under options, I'm going to choose X-axis mirror. And okay, so let's start getting these things in place. I'm going to select all of these. Just hit G and move it out to kind of where the shoulder would bend. Would it be here or there? I think it would be more like here along that edge. And get this in place like that. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but as I said, it's fun to try. Like this. And this is really what I need to know as well. I mean, I'm doing this because I need to know if this is actually going to work. So, all right, let's get that there. Maybe move this back more into the center of the shoulder there. And of course, we need the slight angle in the arm there if we're going to use inverse kinematics. Now that I have that in place, I'm going to grab that bone tip right there and move the cursor to it. Then I'm going to grab that whole hand and then move the cursor to the, or move the origin to the 3D cursor, and then scale from here. And yes, I don't have any fingers in this. So, do I want to delete all the fingers and then just use one finger? Well, it's possible. Once again, this is very... this is a trial thing, so when I say, do I want to do this, and I'm actually really wondering how I'm going to do it. So And, you know, I was thinking about it, and I don't really want to do, I don't know, how I'm going to do this or what I'm going to do with um, YouTube and live streaming. And I I will say I really appreciate all the inquiries and questions as to where in the world I am. Where are you, Darrin? What's going on? I do appreciate that. That was uh, very kind of everyone to keep me in their ideas. They're not thoughts and prayers. That's not what I want to say, but at least in their mind. That's great. I appreciate that. Um, so let's now grab this, and I'll move this out. This. I need to move that out to here, let's say. And this needs to come down to where the hips are, right there. And this should come down to where the knee is, that edge. I believe that's the edge I want. Yeah. Okay. Let's move this back. So I guess my point is this isn't so much a tutorial. My idea for this is just more, this is going to be me doing my thing, working, checking in with you guys. I mean, I really love Blender, and I love hanging out with people who love Blender. I get them. I get people who love Blender, and so I like hanging out with everyone here. So I don't know that this will be, you know, a tutorial thing so much as I put in the title of this, more like a journal, more like a Blender journal, where we can kind of hang out, talk, get together, learn. I'm still learning about Blender and all it can do. I mean, I've been using Blender for over 10 years now. Can you believe that? And every day, and I'm using it, I think, still almost every day. And still, almost every day, I learn something new. It's amazing. And that's part of the fun of it. And I'm to the point now where I'm kind of isolated from other people who love Blender. And I would enjoy, you know, kind of getting back into it with people and learning and, I don't know, talking about Blender and all that. So I don't know. You can tell I'm still trying to figure all this out. But aren't we all, I guess? This is the breastbone. I don't know that I'm going to need the breasts here. Don't know that I'll need those. Anybody here because of Unity? We'll get to Unity. Yeah, that part of my whole workflow is to go from Blender to, like, you know, a Substance Painter, and then Unity. That really is that's my jam. So I'll be doing more of that. Yes. So do not fear. There will be Unity. Maybe not today, but there will be Unity. Yep. Because it's, as I said, it's one thing that I'm interested. I'm interested in creating things in Blender that can then be used in Unity. That is pretty interesting to me. Also in Unity, I've been looking at how to create vehicles because I got an Xbox for Christmas. Woohoo! And I have just been playing Forza nonstop. So, let me move this back here. So I'm really interested in creating vehicles now. And I may create a whole Blender Unity course about creating vehicles and, you know, creating the vehicle rig and everything. That sounds very interesting to me. So I may be doing that in the fairly near future. That would be cool, because I love Forza. Just been having so much fun with that. All right, now the face here is really small. So we're going to need to, let me see. So I've got spine 6, 5, 4, 3. I kind of need this to be part of the torso a little more instead of the neck. So let's bring that down into here. And then let's bring this to the base of the neck, and this inside the neck, and then this should go right to the base of the head, right in here. But look how it comes apart if I just grab it like that. So I really need to grab both of these and move these down. Let me see if before I do that I should scale this whole thing up. Yeah, let's do that. All right. So as I said, not exactly a tutorial here, but maybe this will evolve over time, hopefully, if anybody is interested in this. So, and I'm not sure exactly how often I'll be doing this. I'd love to do it every day, but things get in the way pretty easily because we've got, you know, 2 teenage kids. Can you believe that? So things get kind of busy sometimes. There we go. Let's grab that. And I'm going to move this to where the eyes are in front of the eyes of the character. And let's grab the ear and move this out. So what I'm doing now, I guess I should have said, is I'm placing the rig so that when I generate the rig, or I'm placing these bones so that when I generate the rig, there will be new bones created at each one of these points. And those will then be bound to the character mesh, and that's how we'll control the character. So we aren't going to get this whole thing all done today by any means. And if you're interested in a more organized, thorough tutorial on how to do this, once again, I've got my tutorials out on Blender 101. So check those out, please. Let me turn off X-ray here, and I'm going to work on just getting this right out in front or on the edge of the mesh here, like this. Okay. Also, there's a super chat thing now, I hear, where you can actually click and donate $1 or $2. So please consider that. That would be great if I could help support these teenage kids, because they eat us out of house and home. All right. Now let me go back to X-ray here and see how we're doing. Looks like these seem to be out of. These I think should go a little bit higher. Not like that, let's say. This guy right down here should be at the very edge of the heel, right there. This should be at the ball of the foot where the toes bend there. Yeah, I think this is looking okay so far. So how's everybody doing out here? What do I think of AI? Like AI that can improve and aid modeling and designing. You know, that's a pretty cool idea to be able to kind of like Iron Man, how he kind of, you know, in the films he can like grab an object and throw it in and move it around. That would be cool. But I don't know that AI is ever going to be able to create things that are, I don't know, as interesting as what people can create. Maybe it will be. I'm interested in VR as well. I'm looking at getting a VR. Oops, that comes apart. A VR rig like Oculus or something like that. Just because, well, because it's cool. And I don't know which one to get yet. And I also want to look into VR chat, I think it is. VR chat, yeah. It seems to me like that people can create their own avatars. And I think people have actually been coming to my YouTube channel to see how to create their own characters for VR chat. So that's something I need to look into, I think. But I need an Oculus or what is it, an HTC or something like that. So does anyone have those? Does anyone have do I give coupons for Blender 101 courses? No, but I give out coupons for my courses on Udemy. That's a great idea. I could give you guys like coupons. I'll do that. I'll create some coupons for the next time I do this. And if you're interested, I can give those out. Yeah. All right. I'll do it. Thank you. Great idea. So this guy is always a pain. Let me grab this right here. Bring that in. Let me grab that too. Better grab all of these and pull all of these in at the same time. There we go. That is just a great idea. I'll do that. I'll grab some coupons for the next time and give those away. These are the teeth. So this guy has no teeth. That's right. I did not make a mouth for him. His mouth is just closed. So we don't really need to worry about these. I'll just pull these back in here. I'll select the tongue, bones, and we'll just pull those back and not worry about that at all. Yeah, I like that. Okay. This needs to go right down here. This needs to go out here. And this is becoming a mess, I know, but it does get better after a while. And once you do this, when you bind the character to the rig, it usually works out pretty well. It's pretty cool. Let me do that. Okay, so we're getting there. Now the mouth. Let's grab the mouth here. I think some of these will split apart on me if I'm not careful. Let me see. Yeah, okay. Let's bring the mouth down. Shift. There. And there. Okay. So that's working a little better. Let me bring this up. Don't need that there. Okay, so now I need to begin bringing these in toward the mouth like this. I just want this to hover right on the lips there. Okay. Let's bring that back in. Okay, I think this is probably going to work pretty well for the mouth. Okay. Save. Always save. See what else is going on out here. I wasn't expecting such a wise answer on the coupons. Oh, sorry about that. But no, it's a very good idea. Let me see what else. Wow, it's been so long. How are you doing? I am doing well. Thank you. I needed a break and, you know, spend some time with the kids and the family and all that. But I'm doing very well. I hope you guys are doing well too. I was just thinking the other day that it is just, if you're into like Blender and 3D and games and animation and VR and all that, it is just a great time to be, just to be alive. I mean, I'm excited about all this. As I said, I want to learn more about VR, make that part of my thing that I do. This looks damn complicated. Yes, well, it is, but it's easier than doing it all from scratch. I will tell you that. This makes my life so much easier. Because if you have to do all of this from scratch, oh my, it is a pain in the butt. So, yes, it looks complicated, but at least they've got it so you do not have to do it all yourself. Let's see. And yeah, there's a lot to this, but part of that is because it's very powerful as well. That's the temple up there. Let's grab this and move it out to there. Let's see, what else? What is this? Cheekbone lower. Okay, so probably want that around in there. This would be, oh, not lower. All right, let me get that. There we go. Okay. So we're almost there. The eyes here. Let's see what we can do with the eyes. I don't really need too much for the eyes. They aren't going to be blinking, but they will be looking around maybe. We'll see. For what did you make this model? Ultimately, for grins, just for fun. And it's kind of a proof of concept. As I said earlier, I want to my idea is to make, caricatures of people, famous people, and use them in animations and games and things like that. Just to be silly. For no other reason but to be silly. So that's all. And to learn. I want to learn more. I'm a little bit out of practice. I am working on, as I said, a new game character course. That'll probably be out in the next couple of weeks. You can get the preview portions of it at Blender 101 right now. You see that clipping? You see how it's clipping there? That is annoying to me. I'm going to hit the N key and go up to clip, and it's because it's clipping at 10 centimeters. So I'm going to have it clip at 1 centimeter. That's better. God, that's annoying. There we go. That helps. I have no idea what I was saying. Oh, courses, a new game character course. Almost done with it. I think I'm on video number 80. Let me see. Here's Premiere here, where I'm actually editing it. Here it is. And I'm doing rigging. Yay, just can't get enough rigging, right? So this is video number 81. So this whole thing is probably going to be like 100 videos, and it'll go through modeling, low poly, high poly, UV, mapping, texturing, rigging, animation, and take it into Unity and set up the character in Unity. So it'll all be there. And also how to do hair planes, how to create characters' hair for games. It'll all be there. It'll all be there. I've had a lot of fun doing it. I think it's going to be a good one. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. And as I said, I think my next course, and tell me what you think about this, is going to be game vehicle creation. To create a vehicle in Blender and then rig it in Unity so that you can control it in Unity. Let me get that. There we go. All right, so I'm beginning to get the eyelids done here. What is the secret to your melodious voice? I didn't know it was a secret. No, I have no idea. I have no idea, but I appreciate it. Thank you. It's just me. Wouldn't it be great if, like, as soon as I turned off the camera, I talked like this, or, you know, somehow my voice changed, that it's all just because the camera's on. Oh, that'd be good. All right. Okay, I think, let me take the cursor back to the center there. That's probably pretty good. Okay. Save. Always save. And I'm going to actually create or save a new version. This is version number 15. Save as number 16. So save lots of versions when you're working. Don't lose work. Okay. Let's see. Wow, those are a lot of bones. Yeah, but is it really that complicated? I guess because I've seen this a few times, it doesn't seem that complicated to me. But once you kind of use it for a time or two, it isn't too bad. So, hello, thanks for your courses. I created my first character with help from your courses. Very useful. Great. That is great to hear. I love that. I'm glad they are useful because I love character. This is what I love doing. And as I said, I may start doing vehicles. Maybe vehicles too. All right, so for the last little bit here, I'm going to work on the eyes. I think this could be interesting here. So what I'm going to do is I've got to take this bone here and get it into the center. Well, the problem is I don't really have a full eye to work with here now, do I? Dang it, I may have to create a new eye so that this bone can go into it. Well, let me see if there's any other things I need to work on first. I think that's going to work. I don't really like the way this shoulder's working out, though. Let me move this. I don't really like that. Let's try that. And move that up. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to create a whole new eye for that, aren't I? I thought I was being clever by keeping the poly count low, and it turns out I'm going to need to just create a whole new eye. Okay, well, you know what? Sometimes it just has to happen. I'll go to a new layer over here. Put the cursor in the center, and let's start with a UV sphere. I don't need 32 segments, but what do I need? Maybe 16 and 12? Let's try that. Let's see how that works. No, how about... No, okay, so 16 here. Maybe 16 here. I hate to make it that... have that many polys in it, but I may not have any choice. Alright, well, let's try it. RX90. And let's go to the side view. And what I need to do is flatten this for the iris. Let me grab this, move the cursor to it, change the pivot point to the 3D cursor, select, let's select these. Maybe I better select all of these here, and then S and Y to scale in the Y, and that'll flatten that up like that. All right. Now, let's grab these guys here, and let's create the pupil. I'll extrude and scale in, and then let's extrude and pull back. Let's try that. Okay, let's see if that'll work. Thinking now. Thinking. All right, I think that'll work. And the center of that is still right there in the center of the UV sphere. That's good. All right. So let's change that pivot point back to the median. And let's bring back our little character who is now inside the eyeball. Okay. And let's try and put this in place now. There it is. So let's see if this will work. Is it going to work? That iris may be too big. Let's see. All right, I'm going to take this, and I'm going to delete this. Well, I'll just hide it, because I may want it back. All right. See what we can do here. Okay. How is that doing? Let me smooth that so I can see it. That's not too bad, actually. Wow, okay. That kind of works, except I've got this here in the back here. Let me see. Let me scale it up just a little bit. Move it up. Move it back. Okay. Yeah, that might work. Okay, so Can you still see in there? A little bit. I guess I could take this edge and just move it back into the eye a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so now we've got that eye there. So I'll go ahead and hide this eye as well. I don't need that. So this one, it's making me think here. I'm going to have to use my brain. We wouldn't want that. So, okay, so what let's do, couple things, is let's apply the rotation and the scale. Let's get that done. Let's select that bone and get that kind of into the center here. I'll move that back, and it's probably going to go somewhere right in here. Actually, I'll keep it off of the center for now, just so I can see it snap to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this eye, move the cursor to the selected, yes, and then grab this and move the selected to the cursor. Wait a minute, let me make sure that's the proper one. Nope, that's not. There we go, that would have been bad. Shift S, selection to cursor. Bam. Did that do it? That did it. Okay. So that's good. That's kind of what I wanted. I wanted that bone to be right in the center of that eye. Okay, so now that we know that that's going to work, what let's do is take that eye. Let's call this eye. Well, once again, I already named one. Let's call it eye low underscore L. That'll be good. Now let's move the cursor to the center of the grid. Let's move the origin to the 3D cursor. And then let's mirror this over like that. Let's apply it. Let's select this. Split them into two, and now we can call this under our eye low underscore R. Okay, so now that's the right one. Okay, so now let's put their origins back to the geometry like this, and there you go. Okay, let's take a look at what's going on out here. If you're a beginner in 3D modeling and haven't seen Darrin Lile's videos, you have not started yet. Oh, thank you. That's cool to say. Oh God, rigging in Blender looks so ugly. Well, you're not wrong, but the end product should look very cool, right? It's how it ends up. But yeah, it is kind of ugly. When you rig a subdivided cylinder with auto weight, the cylinder bends with angles and not smoothly is the way to fix that. Make sure you have enough edges in the cylinder, because the cylinder can only bend at the edges. So you want to be sure you've got an edge for the bend, and then an edge on either side of that edge to hold the shape of the cylinder when it bends. I hope that helps. Let's see. All these bones are for expressions. Yes, there are 4 expressions for the eyebrows, the cheeks, and everything. Yes, they're all for the expressions. Okay, so now we've got the eye bone in the eye now. I think that looks pretty good. Let me select this. I'm going to hit X-ray and just take a look at it one more time. And of course, we can always go back. you know, undo. Well, not undo. You can't really undo, but you can go back if there's a problem after you generate the rig. Okay, so now let's try this. Are you ready for this? I am going to select the rig. I say select the rig. There. And I'm going to go over to the rig data panel, go all the way down and hit generate rig. But before I do, almost forgot, I need to apply the scale of this thing, or else as soon as I hit that, it'll pop back to the original size. So Control A, scale, boom, done. Now, generate rig. Let's see what happens. Is it actually going to work? Crash. Let's see. Make a ventriloquist doll. But oh, that would be interesting, yeah. Okay, so here we have the rig. Interesting, huh? So what I'm going to do is hide that meta rig, this thing that we were just using. I'm going to hide that. We don't need that. I'm going to take this and go to pose mode. And let's x-ray so we can see. Look at that. Look at all that stuff in there. Now, the good part about this is you don't need all of that. If I go over here, where is it? Here. There we go. And the bones, or here we go. This is what I want to go. You don't need all of these things. What we can do is come down here and turn some of this off. So I don't need the leg tweaks, which are these blue things. So if I grab this and I can stretch it like that, see? And you can also take one of these blue controls, these tweak controls, and you can stretch. So I don't really need stretchy things on my rig here. So I'm going to turn off the tweaks, turn off the FK. I don't think I'll be using FK. Turn off the arm tweaks, turn off the arm FK. I don't need the finger tweaks or the torso tweaks, and you don't really need everything in the face here. I can turn off face secondary. And there we go. I think that's pretty good. So now, what let's do is let's try something crazy here. What I'm going to do, well, if I bind that, I'm not sure I want to bind it right now. I want to go through and check it all. So let's, here's the bones of the rig. And if I grab this and go to pose mode and then move that, you can see that that bends that way, and that's good. Oh, and I've got stretchy on still. Where's stretchy? Here it is, IK stretch. So you turn stretch on and off for each of the hands and feet. So I want to turn that off. I don't like the stretchy. At least for now, while I'm doing this. Okay, so I want to check this. Make sure it bends in the proper way. Yeah, that's good. What about these guys? Yeah, okay, that's good. What about this guy right here? I want to rotate, and let's try this. He goes up on his toe, and he goes back on the heel. Yeah, okay. That's good. Let's grab this, move it around. Yeah, there he goes. Okay. Well, it's looking pretty good. I'm going to call it a day here. Oh, and I don't need all those relationship lines. Let me turn those off. Where are those? Display relationship lines. There we go. Yeah, that's getting a little bit cleaner now. So we've built a rig in under an hour. So maybe we'll bind him together for the next time. So there we go. Thanks for hanging out. I think I'm going to try and continue this a little more, hopefully. I enjoy hanging out with you guys. I enjoy playing with Blender. And I hope we can do this some more. So keep creating and support Blender. And I will see you the next time. Well, take care.